everyone, this is Daren with Madcap Toys. I want to thank you for coming and joining me today for viewing this video and all the other videos that you've looked to in the past. This may not deal with every seller of every niche and of every, I'm going to say, generation in the selling genre, because you have new, you have somewhat new, some really inexperienced, and then some experienced, and some very experienced, and I'm going to even go further and say some pros that are listers. So we've got various people that all watch this channel. You guys are really experienced. Feel free to put in any ideas that I may have missed in this setting in the comments below. Your comments are very welcome. Your experience is very welcome here. Anything that you can do to help others to make more sales is very welcome. But we've got a few items that I was given over the last 4 or 5 videos that keep getting asked here and there. And I honestly with you feel like excuse me, they should be addressed. And if I don't mention your name, don't take offense. If you ask this question or one of these questions, feel free to say, hey, I asked that. That's fine. I have no problem with that in the comments, because I did not write down names, because I'm not going to throw people's names out there, because some people may not want their names to be posted and used in a video. Now, this is not a live video. This is a post-recorded video that I'm going to put on. So you guys feel free, like I said, you experienced sellers and pros and what have you, feel free to add in and chime in here. You're very welcome. But some of the comments that I've been getting, I am a little bit concerned about, because I feel like a lot of these should have been dealt with, and maybe they have been dealt with and I'm unaware of it. But I'm going to give it a shot here, right? First thing is that we've been discussing in some of the videos that we've talked to you in the past, and comments that other sellers and stores have been putting out there. And then we get some rebuttals from what I call basically shills. And I think they're basically eBay go-betweens or employees acting like sellers and all that, because every time I ask for a store link, nobody ever gives you a store link. You sellers out there that talk to me say, hey, I'll show you private information if that might help the cause to get us to be all straightened up. Maybe you can tell me something I'm doing wrong. Maybe you can give me a little bit of advice, etc. and so forth. And I never ask, but you guys that are saying, here's my store, look at what I've got, look at my items and all that, you guys are real. We all know it. 99% of the people that's on here and commenting and making statements are real sellers. Not everybody agrees with everything I say. I get that. But most of the sellers that are in the situation that we're in outnumber those that are saying, hey, my sales are great. Okay, if your sales are great, please show the rest of us your store as an example, because there might be some of us that might be able to learn a few things from you. Do you have a site where you're putting up videos to tell us what you're doing that we're not doing? If so, maybe you could give us some pointers. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm being honest, because here on this channel, we want honesty. I'm not wanting somebody that's just wanting to advertise, I've got a YouTube channel. Nobody cares. There's 100 billion YouTube channels out there. What people want is something that may truly help them, not just to get you a few more clicks or a few more views or a few more comments or whatever. They're wanting something that's going to take their problem and open up the gates to where they can get their sales back. I personally believe at this point, with all these videos and all, it's not really what you or I am doing. I believe it's more what eBay's doing to the categories that a lot of us are in. I've seen some stores, and I'm not going to name names, that I've been viewing have seemingly done fine. But yet at the same time, they'll say that, but they're only getting 5 or 6 sales on eBay. That's not fine, even though they're getting like $600-700 in sales. It may be what they're selling and the amount they're selling. But if they was doing like a lot of us and selling nothing more than $20 or $30 sales at best. I mean, I've had in the last couple of days, 3, 4 days, let's see, I've had one sell that's $90, and then the rest of them are basically 30 and less. And you guys know that that's not usually truly how it works unless all you're listing continuously is $5 items, $10 items. And so you know what I've done? I've increased my listings on the items that I'm doing that are lesser money to see if there's some kind of correlation. But anyway, I'm going to get to this. The first question I got, and we've been discussing a lot, many of you that's been here watching our videos can verify and testify to this. Why should sellers have to pay 3 times in order to sell an item? Now, this is something I was talking back and forth with a fellow seller, excuse me, in private conversations as well as public chat that some of you may have seen or be able to see. And I want to go on another thing about YouTube comments. Some of your YouTube comments are either moved down where they can't be seen because I'm only apparently allowed to have so many that are visible, or YouTube's removed them or whatever, but that's not us. I think we blocked one person this year, and it was just because they kept doing the same things over and over again, and it was just nonsense all the time. But anyway, why are we having to pay sellers, us, 3 times in order to sell an item? And what we're talking about there is, let's think about this. You and I, as sellers, most of us have stores nowadays, correct? Most of us are not doing the free auctions that you get so many of them supposedly put on free, but you're buying or renting a store per month. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. My example, and I'm just rounding it up, is I think it's actually like $74, $75 a month for the store I'm currently in. My other store that I was in was just rounded up $350, $350 a month. So let's just go there, starting there. You and I, most of us are paying for a store, whether it's $75, $300. That's one fee we're paying, all right? And then you have to pay 2, all right? Say, whoa, what do you mean you have to pay 2? Well, think about it. You're paying a final value fee, okay? So that's the second fee, not just the store fee. You're putting in and paying to list the item, all right? Fine, we agree to that. Then you have another fee called the final value fee if the item sells, correct? So there is another fee. Then on top of that, you're even charged on the shipping that you charge to ship an item now. Never mind the fact that if you charge $6 and excuse me, 95 cents or $7.98 to ship to a person's territory or U.S. address or wherever else in the world that you're shipping to, you're charged a fee on the shipping. You don't believe me? Look it up. Feel free, guys, to chime in on that as well. I don't know why they want to charge it because that's not really for us, but if you was counting on a lot of profit to help you through shipping, fees, or not fees, but through the shipping to help you be able to buy. I mean, some people had their item up about $1 more than what it actually cost in shipping. And I didn't always do that, but I did there for a while because, frankly, those shipping items, packages, bubble wrap, paper, bubbles, etc., little cotton balls or whatever you want to call them, they all cost. Boxes cost. And I mean, if you're like me, I think right now we get like $50 in supplies given to us every 3 months or so from eBay, if you want to call that. But usually you end up paying them more money. So that's a fee on top of it that's not counted in there. But so they took that because it's not good enough for you to get anything without them getting a cut first. So eBay takes a shipping fee. And then you've got taxes in there, which don't count against us. Thank God for that yet. And they haven't taxed us on that. But you've got fee. So store fee. You got a final value fee. You got a tax on the shipping. And then on top of that, promoted listings. And I'm not talking promoted plus. All right. You got promoted listing fee. At the end of a sale, check your fees. All right. Again, store fee when you originally start each and every month. Next to that, the item fee, promoted listing fee. Check in there real close. You'll find that tax fee. And then below that, you'll go from there. All right. And then now they're wanted to give us the promoted premium plus listing adjustment, basically advance fee. Okay. So it's not just enough to pay for a store to show your items. It's not just enough to pay a fee when the item sells, if it sells. It's not just enough to promote the item on top, boost promotions. Do that. It's not just enough to do that. Now they want you to do a basic promoted plus. So, we're talking right there like 4 or 5 fees. That's ridiculous. And, there's really only so many fees, eBay, that sellers can give before, we pretty much like wrestling. Anybody that's ever wrestled, you have to tap. Sooner or later, if you're losing and you're in a vice, you have to tap out. If not, no, keep going, keep fighting, move on. But I mean, I've had people literally in my comments sit there and say, I'm going to be doing a sell at 50%. I'm going to do a sell at 35%. I'm going to do a sell at 20%. Well, you might make money at 20. You might eke a small profit at 35. Sorry. 50%, usually you're losing. I mean, eBay's got it where you can't do a lot of sells so high. Now, if you raise them up buku high, you might be able to do it and eke out a small profit, because I don't know your model. But most of the time when you get up there so high, it's just not worth doing. You're giving stuff away. And you got to consider, guys, in the long run, is it worth it when you're spending out gas, your time? Because you guys' time and my time is worth something. And you got to think about the wear and tear of your vehicles, the maintenance costs to get those vehicles fixed. You got to consider storage space that you may or may not be renting or own or have to build. There's a place to put those items on, so you may need to purchase shelving or peg hooks or whatever. There's a ton of ways and costs that buyers incur that's not even normally discussed, that we have to start looking at and saying, eBay, you're going to have to give us something to work with you here for. You can't just keep saying, hey, we're going to raise something else and give another venue to give you a leg up over your competitors, because soon it's just going to implode. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, but at the same time, you've got to work with us to get this to work for you as well as us. This should be a partnership because you're based on sales from sellers. And what really kills me is eBay, by and large, seems to forget that and rolls all over themselves for buyers, which in a lot of cases are wrong in the disputes. All right, we won't even go into the dispute issue, and buyers usually will go right on there and say, no, guys, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, most of the time, from the experience I've seen, sellers can be very wrong because they conveniently interpret things how they want to interpret. But moving on, people have been talking to us also about eBay's new international shipping. Now, I had a lady, get on there and gripe at me because I called it global shipping, the global shipping program. That's what eBay pretty much called it for years, okay? And if that's your biggest gripe, take it and walk, because I don't care. That's what it was. I may refer to it off and on as that, but I know it now is international shipping. For those that are perfectionists, fine. But it's all the same thing, guys. They're just changing. I used to ship to Kentucky. Now they're having me ship to Illinois. New system, new way of doing things. They probably changed up partnership and who's shipping items out. Don't know, don't care. I just want whoever's bought my product to be able to get my product securely and make sure they get it as best as possible. And I want them to get it without it being damaged, because I want my people, no matter where in the world they are, to have the best experience they can have with me. But anyway, I've been talking back and forth with a lot of fellow sellers here. And guys, a lot of them have said, hey, I've been doing good on international shipping. Others, like myself, says, well, we was opted out, didn't know it. Then eBay opted us in, didn't know it. And then we went through there. We got one sell, and then we decided to try our luck by opting back out to see if that moves our numbers back up, because one of the guys that I like, James, and again, another person didn't like it because I referred to him as the Redoption Agency. That's the first thing he comes off, because that's his store that I follow, by the way. And that's how I refer to him on his channel. But, I mean, he's got a different little name. That's fine. But sometimes people need to, gripe about something that matters. But anyway, I refer to James as James because that's how he always expresses himself. But he had spoke about international shipping. So I thought, I'm going to try what he's doing and see if it works for me. It's doing this, it's so-so. It's not doing great. It's not doing bad. But it's not got my sales back up to where they was. And that's not his fault. I was willing to try it. I mean, some guys are saying, hey, I'm on international shipping. I'm doing great. I think more than being opted in or opted out, I don't really know if that is the true final total problem in totality as it was. I think a lot of the problem, guys, is the categories that people are in. Some people seem to be doing okay and well and very well, and then others of us seem to be, struggling a little bit. So I don't know if it's because eBay worked on those categories first, and our categories are the tail end of it, or they're going through it alphabetical, started at A, and some of what I sell is at T, let's say toys. So maybe there's a problem there. I don't know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't ever want people to think I'm trying to get you just to watch this channel. I don't go on other channels and say, hey, come look at Madcap Toys. If someone else says check him out, that's fine. I appreciate it. And I'm always going to be thankful. And I will give a fellow compliment back to that channel. But I don't go advertise myself and say, hey, I've got my video. This is the cure-all and end-all to everything, because it very well might not be. And besides that, guys, everybody has opinions. It doesn't mean all opinions are right or all opinions may be wrong. Most of the time in experience, you notice that everybody's got something that's right. Maybe they missed one area, or something that's wrong because they've missed an area. But the idea is here with this channel, what I'm trying to do is get the whole piece of the pie if I can, and give it to you. I'm not trying to say I know everything, because I don't. That's why I count on you guys that give us fellow comments down there, because there are a lot of you guys that have various stores, okay? So you're not selling maybe toys or cards or comics or baby supplies or whatever the case is. Maybe you're selling something else and you're doing just fine, but, who knows, right? So we just count on other fellow experienced sellers, and even new sellers may have a point or two that they can and will add, and feel free to add, because we're not here to say we know it all. And anybody that's on a channel like that, I would avoid, because a lot of times we have had channels that say this is it and that's it, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they can screw up, but I don't blame people for messing up. A lot of times they try, and it's in the attempt. All right, let's go on. I had someone say, um, well, let me read it to you the way we got it wrote down. Why it may not be a good idea to leave eBay and sell on whatnot instead. All right, I know where that's going. I apologize, guys. Again, sorry about the throat issues today. Been a long weekend, long and hard weekend. But okay, I had a fellow seller, a smaller seller. Hold on, let me be right back. There's a problem. All right. I do apologize for that. I don't like doing that during these semi live issues, but sometimes you have them come up. So I'm going to try to just go from there. But anyway, I was asked by a couple of people several times, and you guys that's been watching this channel over and over again can probably recall the times yourselves. But why don't we just get off eBay? Why don't we boycott eBay? Why don't we leave eBay, period, and just start boycotting? Number one, boycotts on eBay very rarely work. I've seen hundreds and thousands of people leave eBay. I've not seen it myself, but we've read the articles, we've read the postings, we've read the community comments, we've read and seen a lot of really verbal arguments that sometimes can get really pretty nasty. And unless I really have something that I'm wanting addressed, I don't always get on there and comment. I'm probably one of the fewer commenters of the guys and gals that have a YouTube channel. And the reason being is I don't want to be that guy or that gal. I want people to know that if there's something going on, it's serious enough for me to take my time and put a video on. Because a lot of times, if you look at a lot of my videos, we do a what so video. We do, hey, this is here for the Army Men collectors, plastic Army Men collection. We show off toy demos and things of that nature because I'm trying to give things to my people that they want, that they need, that they like. And my people follow and go on with it, and we keep growing, and I'm thankful for that. I'm not here to just throw bait to the bear, as it was. I'm here to give you stuff that I feel is going to keep you rooted and grounded long term, not just to get hyped to get a sudden growth and then they're gone. Because people listen and watch who they like, who they feel they can trust, who they can communicate with and have a discussion. But one of the reasons we don't take and decide ourselves to leave eBay is we have left eBay before. I used to sell on Yahoo. I loved it. Oh, I loved Yahoo auctions. They closed up worldwide except for China. I sold in one day on Yahoo one time, and this is multiple times, but this was my favorite time because it's what I was loving at the time. We sold 131 coins, I believe it was. It may have been 135, may have been 130, but it was 130 something coins in one day. And that was one order. That's not one entire set of orders. That was one order from one buyer. I made hundreds of dollars that day from that one gentleman or lady. And I appreciate that. I loved Yahoo. Well, guess what? Yahoo closed up over there, ran over to China. Now they're only available, as far as I know, in China, maybe India, maybe Japan, but I know China for sure. Other sites, I owned Bidzinger. All right, did okay. Got tired of having to pay to keep the hackers out all the time, so we closed that up. I worked with, and by work with I mean placed on. I worked with Coinbase. Many of you that don't sell coins may not be familiar with Coinbase, may not have heard Coinbase. They asked if I'd buy the site, and I thought about it, and it's like, I just don't know after all the money I've got to put in to have security, keep it upgraded, the servers, etc. and so forth. So I declined. So it went out of business, or somebody bought it and changed it. I'm not sure. We had been looking at, there for a while, we had listed on Weebits, like the site. But like everything else, it started doing this. So the guy said, "Hey, I want to get off here. I'm tired of putting money in. Just can't keep up with it. The coding's difficult to always refix, and the money you got to do to get it to move to where Google pick it up and all that. Is anybody interested?" So passed on that. So I had a program similar to WeBids. Um, let's see. We've worked on USA Auctions Online. We've worked on Bonanza. Now Bonanza, or how I could be wrong on that one or the other. We worked on eBids. We worked on Poshmark, whatnot. Oh my goodness, there are so many sites. I can't even remember all their names, guys. But many of you guys may remember some of these sites. eCrater. I was on eCrater till the guy got too big for his britches, and I'll tell you what, I used to make really good money. I made more money at times on eCrater than I make here on eBay. But the site is a competitive issue right now most of the time, and I'm not on it, so I can't tell you exactly how the sales are. But from the past, it got to be where the smaller sites just were not able to compete dollar for dollar for the advertising, for the namesake, generational changes, issues of that nature. There was another one that came to mind. I can't remember. But we have had so many sites that were good sites. You used to be able to post out there and you could make money. But anymore, I'm not going to go and take and be like a peacock and walk off and storm off eBay, because I'm hoping and I want eBay to get better. eBay can be and was a good site. It was a great site for years. Then all of a sudden you got the Mig Wetman error in here, and it started going hell in a handbasket. Ever since that, it's been doing this. You can tell this guy from Walmart is 100% Walmart indeed, because the fees go up, the sales for us is going down. And this here, I truly believe, as I had one gentleman say on there, I'm assuming gentleman, could be a lady. If so, I apologize. That if you remember, and I do, Google tried the same thing with feeing people to get advertisement, etc., and so forth. Now you're still paying ad fees, etc., but the way they's doing it is almost going to be a pay-per-play. People that are sellers like myself are not going to be able to pay eBay all that they want to play on the site. If that's the case, why in the world are you charging us for a store that's not going to get seen? If that's the case, why do we even have promoted listings if that's not going to promote our listings? If that's the case, all you should do is do promoted plus, let's call it. All right? Forget promoted, because that's not doing the job. If you've got to charge us promoted on promoted, and then on top of that, you're charging us for a final value fee, a store fee, and fees on shipping, etc., just think about it. What are we paying for if we're not able to be seen and put in front of our customers? People have said to me, well, maybe it's your products. Okay. My products all suck. They all blow. Sometimes that gets you a little bit excited and raised and aggravated, because you're like, okay, man, I'm putting out new products, put out used products, collector products, daily products, childish products, lady products, men products, outdoor camping products. Just go on through there. Sometimes we'd even sell fireworks. Okay, and that's seasonal most of the time, unless people's wanting to blow something up, right? But we've got a whole plethora of products, so it can't be all our price. Or products. Oh, no, it's your pricing. Okay, you might have a point, because I do have products. At one time, I've had products in here for $1,600, and that's for one item. Never mind, it was certified. There's only a few thousand ever released. Okay, all right, okay, that may be a little high. Never mind, it sold. Took a year and a half, but it sold. So let's roll that back. How about your comics are too high? All right, well, I've got comics at $50, $70, $199 certified. And then I have raw comics as low as $2.98. Now, guys, I will confess, I do have a lot of comics at $5.98. Why do I have them at $5.98? Because you cannot afford, with eBay fees, to put everything at bottom tier price. You guys, if you're putting something at $3, you're giving a lot of it away. Just look at the fees. You don't believe me? Look at your fees after you get charged, excuse me, to insert the product, store fee, and I'm assuming you're counting that, right? Store fee and the insertion of the product if you're paying that fee, which I don't. So, okay, I'll give them that. Store fee. If the item sells, you're getting a final value fee. Are you promoting the listing? Oh, wow. And then shipping, you're getting charged. Any other fee that I'm aware of? Not unless you're doing promoted plus, right? I'm unaware of any other fees. I could be wrong. Oh, Darren, you forgot some. And here they are. The fees are the box to ship the item in. My people want boxes that will protect their comics, not just send them through bubble mailers, because people gripe at that if they get bent. But they want them protected, so you got to pay extra for that. Oh, you can't just ship them in a bubble mailer. They want them wrapped with bubble wrap most of the time. And some of these guys even wouldn't mind having a few of those little air cones, as you call it. All right. So, you got to consider all this stuff is a cost to you and I, the seller. And we have to take all this in account. But another reason we don't say, let's all just leave eBay, because it's impractical. Impractical. eBay, as far as I know, is either number one, number two, depending on the lineup you look at. Amazon being most of the time outselling eBay this last holiday season, I believe, unless the numbers have changed and I'm unaware of it. But you've got the number two site, pretty much by and large, for most people, most common people. Amazon, if you go to sell on it, they want you to sell crappy books till they think you're worthy to sell it. And then, by the way, every time a customer wants to get a refund, a lot of times they can keep the product, and you just have to take the loss and give them a refund. At least that's a lot of the experience I've been told about, and that's what they was talking to us when we was asking to sell on the site. So I've said, no, don't want nothing to do with that. All right, why don't we just all leave eBay, continue, and go to Whatnot? Whatnot is, to me, unreliable. It's a good site. Your customers can be good and faithful. But the problem with Whatnot is what I call catfish. And that's not a put down. That's not an attack. That's not a slight on the site or on the buyers. The buyers are there. They expect you at this time on the site. This time. All right. I don't know about the future. It'll probably mature as time goes, like all the other sites. But right now, if you go to Whatnot, people are going to want you to sell a $9 action figure for $3, $4, $5. They're not going to pay you $9 most of the time for an action figure. I know. I've done it. Right? Comics. You might sell 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 10. Okay, so you could have 1,000 comics and sell, maybe if you have a good day, 100. Whatnot is a cachet site that is primarily looking for new sellers or sellers looking for a deal to hope to get a deal off you to be able to take that stuff, your stock, and allow you to be free of it. Here's some money for this. And then they'll put it on their site wherever they're selling and try to blow it out because they've got it at $3. You can sell something at $3, at $6. There you go. As long as you're just looking to make just minimum profit, you can do it. If you want to go higher than that, sell it for $9, and there's even more profit, but the sales rate will probably go down even more. But whatnot to me right now is basically, and I mean no offense by this because I do sell on the site at times, a yard sale site. And not all of us sellers want to yard sell our stuff. We put time, we put money, we put effort, we put gas, equipment, human resources, whether ourselves or somebody else. We said, go out there and check it out. They give us a phone call, and even like that. My phone is 99.9% unless an emergency, used for only business. So, you got to consider all this stuff here. Now, let's go away from Whatnot and let's go to Poshmark. Poshmark for me is a new market. We're growing on Poshmark, making increasing sales on Poshmark. It has a way to go, in my opinion, to get up there and to mature and develop. But when it does, it can be a really, really good site. I really think there's a good chance for Poshmark to really, really grow. Mercari, I still have confidence Mercari can grow. Overall, the site is good. It has several things that need to be made better. But I think that will come as the site matures and develops. But even with Mercari, you're looking at a 10 to 1 or 15 to 1 or 20 or 25 to 1 on eBay. There's days I'll sell 20 items on eBay and 1 on Mercari. There's times I've sold 30 items on Mercari and sold 15 on eBay. But usually those 30s are from repeat buyers. They'll say, hey, can I buy this stash of coins? Or can I buy this small group of wrestling action figures? There's usually a little bit of a push and shove going on there with Mercari. So not trying to knock Mercari, but it's still got some room to grow and develop and honestly mature, at least in the United States. I'm not saying none of these sites, excuse me, won't ever become a total replacement for eBay, but I'm just hoping they don't go the way of eBay, because if you check the fee structure on Mercari, it's only like 50 cents cheaper on average than what eBay's fees are. So, there's not a whole lot of room there in 50 cents. They're going to always have to be lower feed than eBay, because if they get even or higher, I think Mercari is going to lose market share, because you're not getting the sales on Mercari to equal out to eBay. If you do get the sales, then maybe you'll see a difference. I think one thing that sort of hurt Mercari, and it sounds sort of backwards, I think that ad they put on the Super Bowl hurt Mercari, because they spent a lot of money on that ads. And I'll tell you what, I wish you would have put it into the site and more local advertising. I know it was a good shot and it's helped, I'm sure, in some ways, but to me, I think there's better ways to spend it than the Super Bowl ad back years ago. All right, guys, here's another question that we got, and I appreciate you guys that are staying with me, staying in here, and hopefully you'll comment down below and tell me some things, and maybe I forgot some, overlooked something. That's fine. We might try to pick it up and deal with it later on. And I try not to usually send my videos this long, but I'm just going to go with it, guys, because I just think it needs to be done. So for you guys that don't, that's fine. If you run me in the background and let me talk to you through there, maybe you'll catch something. Maybe you'll comment on something or say, I've got to say something, and just put it down in the comments below or what have you. If you guys don't, I understand, because sometimes these videos can get out there. I have watched people that should have shut it off hours ago. You know what I mean? But anyway, it says, I was told one time, well, my buyers keep complaining they can't log in to their eBay accounts, or if they can log into their eBay accounts, they can't check out. And then the person asks, how are eBay sellers, i.e. us, able to make sales? They can't. They can't. An example, the other day, and I was doing this. I was going to buy something. I couldn't get through to do it. I had the money. My accounts are all good. I have at any one time anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 in reserve to just buy something right now. Right here, right now. Well, that number moves, because I take and if I use, let's say, a card, I use it to get points. I use it to do this, that, and the other. I may take out a couple grand, put it on the bill. Well, that number's gone down. You guys know how it works if you've got a business account going on. But if I can't log in as a buyer, I can't buy off that seller. I have bought off Shed Flips. I bought off a Readoption Agency. I bought off, I think I bought off of, I can't remember his name at this, Commonwealth, I think. I could be wrong, and I'm sorry, Commonwealth, if I've screwed up on that. But I bought off several other YouTubers and eBay sellers because some of the items they had I wanted at the time, whether for myself or, hey, I can make $1 on that, that sort of deal. Especially if they's making them a big sell. But, if you can't log in like us, if you can't get through the system, the works of the system, I think even Kathy, and I can't remember when this was last time, I think Kathy was trying to order something not too long ago, and it's may have been months back. But, and she couldn't, she said, well, I'll just get it later. Okay, did she? I don't know. I know I probably won't go back because, I find something, if it's not there at the time, I can't get it. I only give it so long because, A, the sell price might go off, or the item will probably get sold to somebody else that wants it for probably the same reason I do. So a lot of times people lose sales from other sellers or buyers because there's interference between us and them, and it's usually something to do with eBay. If we can't check out, we can't buy, right? If you can't log in, you can't get in. There's times I sat there and I tried to log in. One time it took me 4 or 5 attempts to get into my own site. They say, it's not you, it's us. Okay, how come is it then when I tell people about it not being me and it's you, then somehow somebody always on these videos says, no, it's you. No, it ain't. It's not me. You can say it if you want. That's fine. It makes you feel better. Go right ahead, because really, we all know who it is. It ain't me. I'm being a smart. I apologize. But anyway, then how are eBay sellers going to make sales? Well, here's a simple, factual truth, guys. You're not. You are not going to make sales, okay? No matter what eBay says, no matter what the reps say, no matter what the shills say. I had a friend contact me and said, well, they kept telling me to increase my promoted listings fee. Okay, so in other words, go from 4.5% to 9.5% or 10%, right? I had a lady and a gentleman both on here. I think one said they put theirs at 20%, one said they put it at 21%. I can't remember. I thought somebody had said 24%. I may be off on that one by 1% or 2 that way. But I know I've had 2 or 3 people comment to me in person and private and public forum through the comments that they've been trying everything. I myself am not going to do that. eBay gets enough. After you get up to a certain point, it's just not worth it. Why are you on here? You're on here, guys, to get paid for your time. You're on here to make a little money. Fees, I understand people want to raise and to make the quarter look better. If eBay would just get their head out their rear end for 5 minutes and let the site do what the site does best, and this is eBay. Let those of us sellers that offer a decent product at a decent price with decent to awesome service, the sales will come. And with the sales, so will the fees. If you guys would stop trying to get the fees like this up front and allow us to make sales, the fees would come. You're not going to have to do any of these other shenanigans. Your site will continuously be upgradable because we are paying enough money, which I believe we already pay, to make your site sustainable. If you keep doing this, give me to make a sell, it's going to crash, it's going to burn, and then you're going to lose most of everybody that puts on here because there's only so much that people can pay before they run out and say, what is the use? I really wish you would listen to me and sellers like me that are trying to make a point. We're not trying to attack eBay, but when eBay is the one that's cutting us off and we're paying you for the job and we're not getting it done, then you're going to get attacked because you're leaving us no choice. If you won't listen to us on the phone, and we have to call you every time to make an appointment to get somebody to call us back, if you can get somebody to call us back within a reasonable amount of time, and then it's not somebody just saying, relist your items. Make sure they are advertised. I mean, come on. No, seriously. How stupid do you think we are? We know this. Some of us have been on here longer than you've been behind there telling us to do it. All right? So if you would stop acting like every seller's an idiot. 90% of us sellers may be idiots, but not every one of us sellers is idiots, okay? All right? I don't care what you think about me personally. I don't care, if you say, okay, that friend of yours is an idiot, that cousin of yours is an idiot, that child of yours is an idiot. Now you're getting close. But, I mean, just speaking about the business, we cannot be in business and do this full time for as long as we've done it. And honest with you, eBay be idiots. Give us a little credit. We've been here supporting you. We've been here giving you money. We've been here giving you time. We've been here with you through thick and thin. Remember that. We've been with you through the thick and the thin. And we want to stay with you for as long as we can. But a lot of us, sadly, you're pushing away. But hey, guys, I thank you so much for your time. You guys, I hope you have a great and wonderful day. I don't always like doing these negative Nancy videos. So I appreciate if you'd also support some of our other videos, if you will. I really appreciate it. I still, on any and every video, if you have a comment, feel free to put it down there. And I don't care what it is. If you're having a battle, let us know. We'll discuss it. Or we can talk to you maybe in private if in the right circumstance. If you need to air a few grievances, feel free. If you want to praise and like the video, I really appreciate it. I'd appreciate everybody that gives me a thumbs up. That helps us spread the word. Make sure if you've got friends that that's going through some of these like battles that we're all going through, make sure to share the video with them. If you can, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to us, because we're trying our best to spread the word in a positive way. But we're going to be honest, guys. There's times I'm going to go off on a tangent. There's times I don't care, as it was, But guys, everything here that you say to me, I do look at. I do read. I do write down. I do studies, I do test. I try to cover the whole 9 yards. I am not perfect by any means, but I really doubt any seller on or off YouTube is, because we all sadly have to learn things as we go. And a lot of our learning time is, honest with you, by trial and error, as in life. Trial and error. You learn as you get older. You learn as you get more mature. You learn as you've gone through a few things. And sadly, sometimes we all have to make mistakes and eat that humble pie and tell others that didn't taste so good and just move on. But hey, guys, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Each one of your comments means something. Your thumbs up means something to me. And guys, I appreciate all you subs. And you guys that aren't subbed, even if you took your time to watch this video, I appreciate you. I thank you all for your time, your input, and for giving me a chance to speak my heart to you and for trusting me. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.